Hey everybody, Sharon here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today in Aery Calm Mind 2, going for all of the achievements. This is going to be another Aery game where you can take advantage of a handy dandy cheat if you have a USB keyboard available. Make sure you plug that in and then start up the game. The game is going to feature 15 levels that you can play in any order you want, so you can go for all the achievements in any order as well. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you pick any level, and then as soon as the level loads in, what you want to do on the USB keyboard is to hit the G and the O key. That should automatically skip the level. It should also count as you beating it, so you should be given that level's respective achievement, so you have that to look forward to, and you can use that for every single level in the game. 15 levels total, and of course you can get this done in any order. I do recommend keeping a list handy so you can keep track of what levels you've done and haven't done, so just make sure you just try to use the cheat after loading up every single level, and then you should be good for every single achievement in the game once it's all said and done. Now, in order to avoid the game crashing, I'm going to recommend that you wait until each level fully loads in before hitting those keys. So make sure you are a little patient on this one. If you do end up having the game crash, you can just load into the game. Because you can do the levels in any order, just make sure you pick up from where you last left off. That being said, the level select isn't going to be the most organized thing, so I do recommend keeping your own list. That way you don't get confused later on, especially if the game does end up kicking you for whatever reason. So just make sure you have that nice checklist handy, and then you should be able to get this done in a very efficient manner. And then we're just going to go through them the best we can. Now, as for the achievement distribution, the tutorial is going to be worth 25 gamer score, and the rest of the levels are going to either give us 65, 70, or 85 gamer score, depending. If you go in the achievement list order, the earlier levels are going to give you 65, the later levels are going to give you 70, and the last two levels are going to give you 85. So, tutorial is going to be worth 25, Cliff, Snow Village, Mountain, Volcano, Stone Age, Vikings, and Forest are going to be worth 65, Desert, Harbor, Farm, Pirates, Underwater should be worth 70, and finally the Moon and the Future are going to be worth 85 gamer score. So that's going to be the basic breakdown, and that's going to be the order that the game expects you to play as, but again, you can do these in any order you want, so thankfully you have that to look forward to. So if you wanted to play the game in some form of order, you can always go in that achievement list order, although it doesn't correlate to the level select very well. So you might as well try to do this in whatever order you please. You can either start on the left side of the map select and work your way to the right, or you can just jump around all over the place. As long as you have some way to keep track of things so you're not accidentally double dipping on levels, you should be good in terms of completing this as quickly as you can. But honestly, having the cheat handy is going to allow you to just speed through the game. If for whatever reason you miss an achievement trigger, you can also reload that level, thankfully, so you don't have to worry about missing anything on accident. Again, being able to do the levels in any order is going to be a big help, and we don't have a hub world to mess around with, so we shouldn't waste too much time if we do end up missing anything. So just make sure you try to group whatever level goes with its corresponding achievements, because not every level is going to have the achievement named after it as well. You kind of have to assume based on the level name. So again, if you aren't doing this in achievement list order, I highly recommend you having that list handy so you aren't accidentally messing yourself up with these things. So here we are coming to the end. This was done in achievement list order, so starting with the tutorial and then doing all the 65-point levels, then doing the 70-point levels, and then finally wrapping things up with the 85-point levels, which are going to be the two at the top, so Moon and Future. So here is going to be the first one of those, and then for our last level, we're going to do the Future all the way at the top, and we're going to be good for our last achievement. That should be all 15 achievements, 1,000 gamer score total, and another completion out of the way. That's going to wrap it up for now. Hope you enjoyed the guide, and that's all there is to it.